Hi there, it's Easter Sunday. Happy Easter, everybody. I know happy isn't quite the description we'd give it, but you know, you've got to focus on what is good. It's a sunny day, we're all safe. We're lucky to live in Nova Scotia, and so far, so good. Hopefully soon, we'll be free to do as we please again and live our lives fully. I'm planting seeds because, well, it makes me happy. And I get to be in this beautiful sunroom, and even though it's quite windy still, you know, I can put my music on, be inside, feel the sun, and I'm planting some seeds. I hope that you're finding some joyful experiences through this, and that families are coming together in their own solitude and creating, you know, meaningful experiences for them, and, you know, just loving each other. Love the people you're in your life with. Adrian's trying to fix my car. I think it's on its last legs. Life goes on and there's things to deal with. And, you know, just take one step at a time. Try to have courage. Anyways, plant some seeds. I'm getting at it. So I filled up a bunch of containers. Keep those seeds wet. Water them all the time. Keep them wet. Like moist. You know, if the root dries out, I think it's pretty much game over. So this, I'm going to plant some, these are beets, Early Wonder Tall Top Beets from Broad Fork Farms. I gotta say, they have probably the best website I've ever seen for gardening enthusiasts. Check it out. If you're kind of trying to give your kids some lessons about that, get them to check out that website. Everything that you want to know about gardening and growing organically is kindly provided and very easily read and understood. So yeah, so check that out. And yeah, they're cool people. So planting some seeds, just do it. You know, just do it. What the heck? Why put off things that you can do today? So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to plant some seeds. These beets, when you're planting the seeds, 2 to 3 times is the depth that you plant them to the size of the seed. So if you look at these, some say a little more, just depends. So these are my beet seeds. And just stick those in there. See that? Plant some beets. The beet green leaves are edible. So while you're waiting for the root to get big enough for you to harvest it, you can eat the greens. You can eat them raw in salads. You can cook with them. You know, sauteing vegetables is a good skill to learn, because most vegetables that you pick out of your garden, you can saute them. Olive oil is a really great thing to use to saute vegetables. Just put some olive oil in, chop out an onion, and put in some other vegetables. Carrots, leeks. You know, put some in there, and it just makes a tasty little meal. And it's very simple to make. You can add chicken or other things and get creative later, but yeah, it's pretty easy. Anyway, so I'm planting these beets. Trying to do it as quickly as I can, just to show you that it doesn't have to take a long time. Just, you know, set aside an hour to do this, to put some seeds in the ground. Everything doesn't have to be done at once, but the more that you do now, the better it is, because this is the right time to be putting the seeds in and having them be successful for your transplant into the garden later. I want to be outside, but it's not very nice. I mean, it's sunny, but it's windy, very windy. But the wind dries up the earth a little bit, so I guess for wanting to go outside, it's good. And yeah, it's been raining on and off. We had a little touch of snow. Yeah, not sunny, warm like we'd like it to be. I know some places in Canada, my daughter is out west and it's beautiful. They've got it good out there. You know, plus in the teens. So there you go. I'm just lightly covering this. There, you see now? Watch you don't knock, like sometimes there's little sticks and things. Or the perlite, if it goes over top and the seed isn't strong to get around it, it'll just die. The seed won't make it. So there, beets planted just like that. I'm gonna water. All right, so I'm gonna plant some tomatoes. Now, I don't eat nightshade vegetables very much. I do eat them a little bit because I like the taste of them, but the effects that nightshade vegetables have are inflammatory. I used to eat lots of tomatoes, and probably I ate too many tomatoes, and at some point my body just said no. Adrian still likes tomatoes, although he's now is aware that the plant proteins in nightshade vegetables can cause leaky gut, which leads to various autoimmune diseases. A really lovely man gave these seeds to me at the Seedy Saturday event. Now these are German Oxheart Amish heirlooms. So he was just giving them away. Like, how nice is that? So it says here, large fruit with few seeds, good for sauces or eating fresh. So the worst part about nightshade vegetables are the seeds. So you shouldn't eat tomato seeds. And the same thing for peppers. If you have autoimmune issues, stay away from them. So that's my suggestion. Do what you will. If I've just discovered that it causes inflammation, so I just avoid them. Okay, so I'm going to grow a few of these because the variety of these are, now a bunch of these are stuck together. Uh-oh. Try to break it up a little bit. Break up their little party. It's like I had a government job. If you don't eat the skin and you don't eat the seeds and you have a tomato that has a very fleshy center, those aren't so bad. The plant proteins, the lectins in them, that's what it is. Dr. Gundry, look him up online. You got time on your hands? He's got all kinds of videos. He's a pretty knowledgeable guy about this stuff. And I've read books and stuff that he wrote, and I've watched a lot of his videos. And he says that nightshade vegetables are basically the biggest culprit in the creation of autoimmune diseases. Lectins are, but nightshade vegetables have the highest concentration. So that's going to influence the things that I grow in my garden, what I can eat and whatever. So some of these seeds are stuck together. All right, there we go. So they're so thin and flat that they just need such a small amount of soil over top of them. So we'll just put a little bit, just a little skiff, barely anything. Barely anything is the rule. A little chunk of perlite. Okay, just barely anything. I think they'll germinate even if they don't have any soil on them, probably. Anyways, so there's tomatoes planted. Basically, we're done there. Just a little bit more. And then I just got to water them. Keep them watered. If there's the one thing that will fail on the seed growing and developing is you forgetting to water it. Now, keeping in mind that they're always being planted in black containers so the roots, the sun doesn't hit and scorch the roots, they're in dark containers. But these dark containers, these get hot fast and they dry out quickly. And so your chances of having a problem with your seeds drying out is greater. So spray them, wet them, ask the kids to water them. You know, water them. I look forward to it. Every morning I get up, I get my coffee. I water me first with a couple cups of coffee, and then I come out and I check on my plants. That's my ritualistic thing to do. It makes me feel good, and I can see the outdoors. It's nice. So water the plants. They need a lot of light. If you're in a place and it doesn't have a lot of light, you can get a grow light and lamp or just regular light bulbs. They're not the full spectrum, but they'll give it enough to do well. So yeah, so tomatoes are planted. Gotta water these at the end, like soak them really good, but I'll just do that once. So we're just moving through some other things. Rainbow chard. Rainbow chard. Swiss chard is an awesome green to have. This one's colorful. It's got some pretty colors to it. This one seems like it needs a little more soil in here. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be crazy. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm just gonna flick this and then spread them out a little bit. And then I'm gonna put some soil, just haphazardly. I'm gonna be a rebel and just haphazardly plant these, and we'll see what happens. Just to prove a point that they'll come up regardless. So as long as you keep them wet, get these planted. I'll spread them out a little bit. There. Oh, Ella wants in. The pets at home gives me something to do. Everybody should have a pet. And sprinkle it over top. Because this one wasn't really full enough anyways. I kind of skimped on it. So, just put like 1/4 of an inch of soil over it to a 1/2 inch. There we go. So you notice music is really like helping people get through this. Our souls love music, eh? Not everybody, but most people do. Yes. Enjoying all the videos of everybody playing music. There. Yeah, I've been watching a little bit of TV, a little bit of Netflix, watching a movie. Actually, I saw Charlie Reindress. Yes, I did. He had a role in a movie we watched the other night. We had picked the movie. Now, what was that movie called? Oh, this is what happens when you get old. I got to retrieve the information. What was that movie called? See, Adrian, I depend on Adrian's mind for a lot of these things. That movie. Oh. The Healer. That's what it was called. The Healer. That was a good movie. So yeah, so it was filmed in Nova Scotia. So I recommend you guys, you're home, you have Netflix, watch that movie. It's filmed, I don't know if it was, I forget, Mahone Bay or Lunenburg area down there. Anyways, yeah, so I saw Charlie had a little cameo in it. It was good. Good job. So yeah, so that was fun to check out. So that was a rainbow chard plant, just like that. See how easy this is? Something to do. Get your seeds going. Do this together. Okay, so rutabaga. Turnips. This is Seeds of Diversity, Canadian Seed Library. All right, so that, somebody saved these. Excellent winter storage. Large, vigorous, and tasty. Green topped, golden roots. Yeah, so, here, Adrian out chasing the dog. Took up the day off. Yeehaw! I feel like, you know, when you have the kids all the time, that's kind of what it's like for me. I have the dogs all the time. They're a little bit much. See, I've just put a few lines in here, like 4 lines. Let's see, the seeds are fairly small. Rutabaga seeds are small. So you just want to put not too deep. Don't make the lines too deep. I'm just going to flatten them because I'm afraid I made them a little deep. Now, I think I put these way too close together, but I can spread them out. The other thing that's good about planting seeds indoors is that the birds are always watching us, right? So you go out and you plant your garden, and then you see birds out there. They're out there eating the seed. So if you grow it inside, then the seed is already turned into the plant, which in most cases they'll leave alone. There are other pests kind of that eat our plants, but I always grow Chinese cabbage is something that the insects love it. So I grow it basically for them. At the end, I do get some Chinese cabbage, but through the year, it's just get eaten. But they leave everything else alone. So sometimes it's like sacrificing. It's like, this is for you. I grew it for the insects to eat. And they eat that, and they leave everything else. So you might find that happens. Don't spray anything on it. Just let them have that. You know, they got to eat too. So that's my solution to that problem. And even if things don't quite work out the way you plan them to, life's about adapting, right? So it's a learning experience. It's something that, you know, you can try again. You can try again. I mean, you can put these in the ground and grow them and then harvest them and even put seeds in their place again in that same place in the garden. Plant something else and then harvest something else from that same area. Look, my hands are dirty. Isn't it great? Okay, so that's my rutabaga. I'm just kind of putting these here. I'm going to have to find a way to label these. I need some little stickers. Anyway, something to leave. You can make little sticks, but I don't have anything like that here. So it's not like I can go pick out anything I need. So this is about being creative too. What can you do? So I might just put a little piece. I have some green tape here left over from painting. So painter's tape, maybe we'll put a little thing on if it'll stay on the plastic containers and write what's in it. And then put the seed back away in a dark place. They really shouldn't be in the light, left in the light. So yeah, I got a couple more things planned. I'm going to plant these other two things, and I hope you're enjoying your beautiful sunny day today, even if it is from inside. And, you know, hold that joy in your heart and live a joyful week. Enjoy. Listen to some music. Put on some good tunes that you like. I miss my community, my friends, and my family. And I miss all the experiences of even seeing strangers in the grocery store and in the malls and the places that we went in our life. And I'm holding on to faith that our leaders will make good decisions for the best interests of the people, not in the corporations, but in the people that they're supposed to be leading and taking care of. To get our solutions back on track so that we can have a comfortable life and not live in fear. And I want us to prevail with holding on to our freedoms, freedom to choose what we want to do with our bodies and not be forced into unnecessary changes. Yeah, so anyways, loving being Canadian and grateful that I live here. Bye for now. Enjoy the sunshine. See you later in the week.